I'm upstairs. I think what I'm going to do before I start cleaning in here is I'm going to read a chapter at least in the Fellowship of the Ring. I was close. When I did the update earlier, I'm on page 158. So I read about 8 pages while I was waiting for the doctor this morning. So good start to the day as far as that goes. So I'm going to try and read at least one chapter, and then maybe clean a little section of my room, and then read another chapter or two, and then clean another little section of my room. So that's my plan so far for the rest of the day. Yeah, so there's that. Nothing else I really need to update you on. So I will just try and update you on my reading as I go along. When I get to where there is an update, rather than, hey, I just read 2 pages, which is fine. That's an update in and of itself, but I want to make, progress enough. I am liking it so far. I'd say right now I'm probably sitting at like a 3-star. I am enjoying it. Right now it's like, it's just like this cycle. It's like he's going along, and then there's fear that he's going to get caught. And then he's going along because things work out, and then there's this fear that there's going to be, anyway. It's just kind of in this cycle, and I guess that's what's going to happen when your characters are on a quest, which is what Frodo's on, is a quest. So, but I am enjoying it. Overall, I am enjoying it so far. So I'm glad I'm finally reading that. So I can say that I finally read The Lord of the Rings, and I hope I like it to continue the series. So far I'm going to say yes, I'm going to like it enough to continue the series, but we shall see. It's still early. I'm not quite halfway. So, but that's my plan so far. So I'm going to go ahead and read a chapter, and then do a little cleaning and tidying up, and then read some more, and just go back and forth. So that's my plan. So I will just try and update you later. Again, as I make significant progress, to say, yes, I'm still enjoying it, I'm enjoying it more, or nope, it's going downhill for me. So when I have some more thoughts, I'll definitely let you know. Hey friends, I know I'm looking a little rough for wear today. Today is Tuesday the 10th. I've got, for the most part, my room cleaned up and dejunked. I'm now working on my closet. So let me kind of show you what I've got going so far. So here's my closet so far. So right in there I just have some dresses and skirts. And then underneath, right in there, I have mostly family history stuff that my grandpa started. So it has his writing, and this is my grandpa that got very into family history and trying to figure out who his ancestors were and where they were from before he passed away. So that stuff is very special to me. That little blue thing that you see right there is a little container that has a wrap I got from a book box that you get wet and it helps cool you down. I think it's Six of Crows inspired. And then next to that I have these self-defense little stick things that come to a point that if someone comes, then you just jab them in the eye type of a thing. My grandpa was a reserved police officer, so a volunteer police officer in his state. So I've got his old police belt. And so just a few little random things, like some little fuzzy things. I've got like this one, but just different colors. I've got a whole pack of them. These are very soothing to me if I start to get overwhelmed. This is one thing I do. I can just sit and rub on them if I start to get overstimulated. So it's very soothing. And then, so up in the top there, I have my favorite red books that, though they're my absolute favorite. So Prior to the Orange Tree, Lee Bardugo, the Grisha trilogy, Diviner series, Harry Potter's starting to go up there. Anyway, and then in this box, I have letters from family that are very important to me. And then right there is some fabric for cross-stitching. This is my cross-stitch cubby. I have a lot of thread, I have a lot of books, and then a lot of, like right there, a lot of kits I need to go through. So no wonder I haven't done much. I get overwhelmed. And this stuff is just full of junk that I've got to figure things out and sort through. But I wanted to show you, because I forgot about these, and these are some cross stitches that I did, but I still haven't framed them, and I actually forgot about them. Hey, Hobart. So here's Hobart. Anyway, so this one just says imagination has no limits. So I did that. It's gotten a little yellow. Oops, sorry. It's gotten a little yellow here, so I don't know. This is one of the first ones I ever did for myself. I don't know if that discoloration is going to come out or not. And then this is the second one. There was a set of 3. Anyway, this one says, dreams have no expiration date. And this one also is discolored there. I hope I can wash those and that come out. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Humax. And then this is one of those diamond paintings that I did for my mom's boyfriend. So my cat, I don't know where she went, is a black cat. Ophelia is a black cat, which if you've seen previous videos, she's been in a couple of times. She does not like my mom's boyfriend. So I did this as kind of like a fun little gift. And so I'm hoping to have this framed soon and give this to him for Christmas, as it's a black cat with big eyes. So yeah. So that's that. Just a diamond painting. You can see how it kind of sparkles a little bit. So I've got this pile. All this stuff that was mostly from my closet that I've done so far, plus randomly throughout my room that I got to go through. So there's that. So I'm going to work on that today. I've read one chapter in The Hobbit. So I read about, or not The Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, which I have sitting right over there. So I read about 10 pages. Really liking it so far. It's getting better. But then I had a package. And there's Ophelia checking it out. I ordered a TBR cart because, let me show you. So right there, that is my November TBR stack. So I ordered a TBR cart, which I'll put in this corner, so I can get the books off of my floor and feel a little bit more organized. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together, and then I'm going to listen to Becca and the Books. I started hers. I'm only about 5 minutes into her recent video, and then I'm going to get back started on my bookcase, but I'll take little breaks and read a chapter now and then. So that's my update so far. I'm going to keep working on my room and just taking some random breaks every now and then and reading a chapter in the book, and I'm just going from there. I will show you when I have things kind of more put together. But I don't know if I'm going to get much reading done today. I think it's going to take me a while to get through the rest of my closet because I still have this whole side left to do. Plus, 1, 2, 3, 4 other cubbies there to go through. So it's going to take me a bit. So I've emptied the box and I've got all the parts sitting here. I just ordered this from Amazon. It was like $30, so very inexpensive. I was wondering if this would be metal or not, but this is just kind of like a plastic. This stuff is metal. What I do like is this actually came with a screwdriver that I need. So sweet. I will keep this even after I'm done because hey, it's a very useful item. Good Friday morning. It is, I got my phone. It's 8:22 in the morning. I have to go run some errands. I've got to get gas for my car, check my P.O. box, and maybe pop into the grocery store. By the time I do that, get home and finally have some breakfast, because by that time I'll be ready to eat some breakfast. So once I do all of that, then it'll be time to start work. So plus I have to do a little cleaning around the house as far as like sweeping and stuff like that. So once I do all that, then it'll be time to start work, and then where I close, I won't be off until late tonight, and then by the time I'm off, I'll be ready to go to bed. So this will be the last update for this vlog. Sorry I didn't update the past day or two. It's just been crazy busy, mostly with me just going through and what I call de-junking my room. So I was cleaning and tidying up and reorganizing things, but I was also getting rid of stuff that I haven't used for years, or stuff that I've received but have never used. And it's like, there's just pass it on to a new owner type of a thing. And stuff that was damaged or broken. It's like, why am I even holding on to this? So I got rid of those. And So a couple updates since, so my room's done. I'm much happier and it's much more calming and soothing in here. Couple reading updates. I finished listening to Bird Box on audio. I liked it. I think originally I was going to give it a 4-star, but the more I think about it, the more forgettable most of the aspects are. So I think I'm going to knock it down to a 3, which is fine. It's still a good book. I watched the movie on Netflix, Bird Box, like the same evening I finished, and it was probably too close, but I really did not like the movie. So I don't know if I just didn't. And I knew it wasn't going to be as good as the book, but the kids were cute in the movie, but I don't know. There's just something about the movie that really bugged me. And I don't know if it's because of how different it was in the book, which I know that things are always going to be different due to cinematic elements or whatever. But I just didn't really care for the movie. So there's that. If you liked it, great. But not for me. So update with, yes, I'm still reading The Fellowship of the Ring. And it's now the 13th. So I've been working on this since November 1st. I was trying to convince myself that I was liking it. It's hard because there's a lot of it's denser writing, and there's a lot of difficult names and of people and names of places in it. So I was really struggling. And I think, and the further I got, the more tired of it I was getting. And I was seriously about ready to give up. I mean, it was sitting at maybe like a 2-star. While I was reading it. But then I found an audiobook version of it, and I started listening to that. My experience with the audiobook was better than just flat out reading it. But it was still not grabbing my attention enough to the point that I was starting to fall asleep at some points. And that could have just been the narrator's voice. I don't know. But it did bump it up from a 2-star to a 3-star. And so then I thought, I'm going to try reading along as I listen to the audiobook. I think the last time I ever did something like that was when I was a child in elementary school. So when I was very young. So I thought, I have the book. I now have the audiobook on Scribd. So, and I signed up for like they're doing right now, if you sign up, you do a 30-day free trial. They're supposed to let you know like a week before it ends if you want to continue or not. So I thought, hey, for free trial, let me get the audiobook. And so I did that. Again, that bumped up to a 3-star. Then I thought, I'm going to read along. So I started reading along as I was listening to it. And I tell you what, so much better to do it that way, at least in my experience. So I am thoroughly enjoying it now. I plan to finish this book, if not today, definitely tomorrow. And it's now sitting at a 4-star. I am really loving it. So definitely something to keep in mind for myself. And I think when I try to read classics, because sometimes I struggle with classics too, and mostly because the writing is so dense. And with the older English, some of the names and names of places, although unless it's a contemporary modern classic type of thing, it's a little easier, like the name Emma and Jane. But sometimes it's just, I don't know, just a little difficult. So I think sometimes classics are just a little difficult to get through. So I think that's something for me to keep in mind. Something that I've learned from this is when I want to read a classic, to try and obtain the audiobook so that I can listen and read along. Totally different experience. I wish I would have figured that out with the Iliad and the Odyssey. I think I would have enjoyed those better than I did. Especially since my experience with reading The Fellowship of the Ring is so much better, so much more enjoyable. Still not a favorite book, but that's fine. But I am absolutely loving it now. And so now it's definitely a 4-star, and it's amazing what that type of a thing, how much of a difference that type of a thing can make. So for me, definitely helps. And I know that's not going to help everybody, but for me, definite. So maybe if you struggle with classics and want to read classics, maybe try listening along while you read. Something to try if you haven't tried it before. Anyway, I am loving it. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I do need to go get going so that I can get home in time to finish cleaning and then get started for work. So I'll go ahead and end it here this weekend. Again, I'm planning on finishing The Fellowship of the Ring. And then I haven't decided what book I'm going to start. I'm looking at my books right now. I'm leaning towards The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen, which I'll probably start tomorrow or Sunday, because tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah. So probably by Sunday I'll be starting The Truth About Forever, is what I'm leaning to. I still have quite a few other books on my TBR to read, so we'll see. But I can generally get through those ones pretty quick because they're YA contemporaries. So I think I'm probably going to do that. But we'll see if my mood changes if I decide to pick up one of the other books on my TBR. So hope you guys are doing well. In the description box, you'll find other places that you can find me, like Instagram, Goodreads. I even started a Twitter. Still getting used to Twitter. Not quite sure how I feel about Twitter. So I hope you enjoyed. If you're so inclined, please subscribe and hit the like the like button and the notification bell. Anyway, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I will talk to you later.